so about up to here maybe. The entire state, 2 feet high, with silver dollars. And you put an X on one, and you just throw it out there. And then you take a person and you blindfold them, and they just walk out over the entire state of Texas. It's the probability of them finding that one coin with the X on it. Now, that's pretty amazing. There's also a mathematician, his name is Peter Stoner. He studied the probability of fulfilling 48 of these prophecies. And the odds are 1 in a trillion, 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 trillion. It goes on, it's 1 with 48 zeros after it. That's the probability of someone fulfilling these prophecies in one person. So now when someone asks you, is it reasonable to believe what you believe? Is it reasonable to believe that Jesus is the Messiah? No, absolutely. The odds are in your favor. It's almost ridiculous not to believe it. It cannot be coincidence in any way. That would be ridiculous to say it's coincidence. The next point is that truth is exclusive. In verse 28 it says, Agrippa is outraged. Paul is trying to convince him to be a Christian. He says, do you think that in such a short time you can persuade me to be a Christian? People constantly say, don't preach to me. Don't tell me, to believe this, or that this is the one and only way to meet with God. That's too exclusive. If you watch a lot of religious panels on TV and different forums that they do, you'll see that, all the religious leaders, they say there are many ways, there are many paths. Even when they have Catholic leaders, Catholic priests on there, they'll also say, don't preach the exclusivity of Christ. Don't do that. People say, don't be narrow-minded. To say that your truth is the right one, that's wrong. You must not say those things. That creates division, that creates walls, that creates barriers, that creates fighting. They want to say all religions are right. Be more open-minded. Don't you dare say that your religion is the only one or the right one. Let's meet on some common ground. Let's hold hands and work together. And there's always this one example that they use. Relativists and pluralists, they always use the same example. Maybe you've heard it before. It's about 5 blind men and an elephant. Maybe you haven't heard it. Basically, in different versions of the tale, a group of blind men, they're touching an elephant to learn what it is like. Each one touches a different part of it, but only one part, such as the side or the tusk. And then at the end, they compare notes on what they felt, and they learn that they are in complete disagreement. So one man, for instance, falls against the side of the elephant and says that, this is a wall. Another leans on the tusk and says that this is a spear. Another touches the trunk and says that this is a snake. Another touches the knee and says that this elephant is a tree. Another touches the ear and says that this elephant is a fan. And the last one grabs the tail and proclaims that the elephant is actually just a rope. While each blind man is proclaiming what they believe to be the truth, to be the absolute truth, in fact, all of their truths are relative. It's only based on their personal experience of it. No one has the whole truth in its entirety. And this story is often used to critique those that believe that they have the absolute truth, to believe that they have some knowledge that is true. Mostly they're critiquing Christians regarding this issue, that are talking about exclusive truth. And it is intended to teach us how knowledge and truth are in fact just relative things based on your experience. But there's a theologian, his name is Leslie Newbegin, and he makes an important point regarding this story. In this famous story between the blind man and the elephant, the real point of the story is constantly overlooked, he says. Because the story is told from the point of view of the king and his courtiers, who are not blind, but can see that the blind men are unable to grasp the full reality of the elephant and are only able to get hold of part of it. So this story is always used, to neutralize those that say that they have an exclusive truth, so they learn how to be more humble. But the real point of the story is exactly the opposite. If the king were also blind, there would be no story. So what this means is then that these people, they have the appearance of humility, and they have this image that they portray, and it's used to invalidate the claims of absolute truth. It is in fact an arrogant claim. It's the kind of knowledge that they think that is superior when they say that no religion has the absolute truth. So to help explain this, doesn't it ever make you feel bad when people say, you're pushing your beliefs on others, or you should respect others, be humble, be accepting of their views. Everyone has their own path. You have yours, they have theirs. Just accept it. When they're actually saying these things to you, they're actually imposing their belief about things on you. They're saying what you believe is wrong, what I believe is right. You shouldn't believe like you believe. Believe like I believe, that everything is equal. What they're saying is what they believe is more correct than what you believe. They're the ones that have the real truth. They see the whole picture, and they're saying you don't. They say your truth is inferior to mine. Although it has this appearance of being humility and of respect for others, it's actually expressing that they have a superior truth. It's a superior claim that they're making, saying that you're wrong and they're right. So it may seem like, they're just trying to neutralize us and make everything equal. They're actually imposing a belief on you. So what this means is everyone makes claims of what they believe to others. Everyone tries to impose their truth on other people. So we shouldn't feel bad, when we do it, because that's what society is doing to us. That's what other people are doing to us. Everyone thinks they have a superior claim. When they're claiming that no religion can see the absolute truth, they are making a superior claim. They want us to adopt that worldview. And the sad thing is, it's working extremely well. Because that's why we feel so bad to share the gospel with other people. That's why we feel so bad to share our beliefs with our friends, with our families, with others. That's why we don't talk about it. They say, don't talk about that. Don't be so narrow-minded. Be open-minded, always. You shouldn't have such a narrow view regarding things. This is all from the lies of Satan and how he's working through culture and through society. When they say you should be more open-minded, they're pushing this view that open-minded people are good, open-minded people are accepting, open-minded people are better. Let's not talk about right and wrong, let's just hold hands together. In Matthew 7:13 it says, enter through the narrow gate, for wide is the gate and broad is the road that leads to destruction, and many enter through it. The point is, everyone has a worldview, a truth about reality that they want to persuade others of, to make others match with their view. But whereas most views are about expressing relativism and plurality, a superior, more evolved belief, a superior truth. The thing is, the gospel and the truth of Christ is actually one that's very humbling. It's not expressing superiority or anything like that. It's very humbling, because the truth is, ultimately, I am a sinner. The truth is, you are a sinner. We are sinners, and we are saved by the grace of God. My neighbor, he might be a better man, a better person, but I am a sinner, saved by the grace of God. And that humbles me, that humbles us. Because I know that it's not by my power, nothing I could earn, but it's a gift that God has given to me. So I can be humble and enjoy that gift. And I can also, share that gift with other people. In conclusion, this passage ends, verse 20 and 29 says, Then Agrippa said to Paul, Do you think that in such a short time you can persuade me to be a Christian? Paul replied, short time or long, I pray to God that not only you, but all who are listening to me today may become what I am, except for these chains. What Paul is saying is he is going all in. He's gonna continue to share Christ, continue to debate Christ, continue to preach Christ, no matter how long or short it takes. No matter how narrow-minded or closed-minded people think he may be, he will continue so that all may know the truth. Because it's more important to live by the truth than die holding on to a lie and ultimately face destruction. Ultimately, people, they want to hold on to these lies because it makes them feel better. They need to know the truth before it's too late. And we are called as ambassadors of this truth. We bring the truth to all nations, all schools, all workplaces, all families, everywhere you go. You are an ambassador of Christ, his representative. You who are of the truth, on the side of truth. When we go out, we're setting free those that are trapped by the spiritual chains of sin and Satan. We break down the lies of Satan. We destroy the traps of the devil. And we're breaking free from the shackles of our scars. And we're liberators. I just want to close with one last verse. John 8, 31 to 32. It says, So Jesus said to the Jews who had believed him, If you abide in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. The truth is Jesus is the Christ. The truth is found in God. We need to know this because we live in a world that is ruled by Satan, that is swayed by Satan and all these confusing beliefs that are sweeping people away. And you here are so important because you have the truth. You are of the truth. So I pray that this week you can shine the light of Christ and not be afraid to share this truth with others. Don't let these condemnations and these things that Satan tries to put on you make you feel bad. Proclaim it. Share it. Shine the light. Let's pray together at this time.